This is my second cup of Starbucks coffee of the day. I'm a little energized. I got my whole like pizzazz. I don't know what I'm saying, but I got a lot of spirit going right now. And apparently my name is Caitlin. What is up, guys? It's Kayla, and today I am coming to you with a hair care video. And I wrote in my little description boxes down below my video that I wanted to do this video because my hair is pretty long. Actually, I don't know if you could see, it goes like past my like boobs, like down. It's like not at my waist, but like it's getting there. It's close. So I feel like I'm in like a relatively good period to do this video because I do have a lot of tips. And about 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, I got my hair cut like up to my shoulders. I was devastated. I did not want that. I've had a lot of bad haircut experiences in my life. When I was a little, I went to get my first haircut and the barber, I'm pretty sure, thought I was a boy, and he gave me a boy haircut. And so that was my first experience with a haircut, so I've hated getting my haircut ever since then. But now that I have grown out my hair pretty long, I do have a lot of tips how I got to this point, and eventually with time your hair can get pretty long. Like, my hair has come a long way. So let's just get on with this video. Tip number 1, this is probably my most important tip, is to not use heat on your hair. Any hair care video you watch, I'm pretty sure will say this as like the number 1 tip. I'm telling you guys, please don't use heat on your hair. Please do it for me. Like, I can tell immediately the day after I use heat on my hair, I have so many more split ends. Especially with me, I have split end prone hair. Like, my hair has a lot of split ends always. Even if after I get a haircut, I still have so many split ends, but if you use heat on your hair, it increases them by so much. Like, I only use heat on my hair occasionally for videos, not even. Like, this is my hair naturally. I guarantee you your hair is beautiful, natural, whatever it looks like. After high school or later in your life, whenever you're straightening your hair, you will regret it because your hair will just be so dead. So my number 1 tip is don't use heat on your hair because your hair immediately gets destroyed. Even if you have thick hair, like I have really thick hair, and I could tell the next day that I have so many more split ends. Oh, I've got my props. Tip number 2 for me is definitely the kind of comb you use. I don't think a lot of people realize, because I know it's been in like movies and everything, that like if you brush your hair like 100 times a day, it's smooth and silky. Like, no, if you brush your hair a lot, like especially if you brush it hard, your hair literally breaks off when you brush it. Like, that noise when you're brushing your hair, that noise doesn't sound good, and it's really not good for your hair either. Your hair is most susceptible to breaking when it is wet. You're actually not supposed to brush your hair when it's wet because it breaks so easily. So after the shower, I always use a wide tooth comb. It's not as harsh on your hair, especially when it's wet. So I always use this after the shower, and it's so much better for your hair than a regular comb. You don't want to be too hard on your hair. Any loud breaking noise that it is making is actually your hair breaking off. This is totally a better option than a brush. My 3rd tip would be leave-in conditioner and like deep conditioners after you shower. So every time after I wash my hair, after the shower, I either use this Garnier Whole Blends Smoothing Leave-In Conditioner, and I like this because it's super thick and you can like feel it conditioning in your hair. And this is the coconut oil and cocoa butter extracts, so it smells super good. So I either use this or I use the, what is this? Moroccan Oil Intense Hydrating Mask for medium to thick hair. And I also will put this in after the shower. I know you're supposed to like wash this one out. That one's a leave-in conditioner, but I just put it in and I don't wash it out. Like, I literally just let it soak into my hair, and then it dries like while your hair dries, and you could really feel this deep conditioning it. So I recommend using a leave-in conditioner or a deep conditioner. I know the macadamia one that's in like the green and brown packaging is really good also. That's what like really got my hair into shape when it was like really breaking. I recommend any of them, just any kind of leave-in conditioner after you shower. I put that in while it's wet, and then I brush it out afterwards with this, so then you like, it's easier to brush out your hair and there's less knots. It definitely makes your hair smoother and stronger. So I totally recommend using some kind of nourishing product after you shower. So my next tip, I know no one probably wants to hear it, no one likes being told this, and it's super cliche, but it is to drink water. And when I drink a lot of water, I definitely notice that my hair grows faster. So when I get into spurts of like drinking a lot of water, sometimes I'm not really in the mood, sometimes I'm lazy, sometimes I'm like super into it. When I drink a lot of water, my hair definitely does grow faster. I don't think it makes it stronger necessarily. Drinking water is just great for you all around. Your body needs it to survive. So yeah, just do it. Just do it, Nike. Okay, I'm gonna stop. My next tip probably goes against what most people say, but it's pretty simple. If you want your hair to be long, don't cut it. So I know that may sound a little crazy, but I'm not saying never cut it, like, because if you never cut your hair, like, it can get really ratty. But I haven't cut my hair in about like 8 months. I like to cut my hair once a year. Maybe for other people, if your hair grows really fast and you feel like it gets really gross after like 6 months, then cut it every 6 months if you want. Whatever you want to do, but don't cut your hair every like 3 months. Like, you got to give your hair some time to grow. Like, if your hair grows and then you just immediately cut it, like, it's gonna stay the same length. When I was getting regular haircuts like every 4 or 5 months, my hair doesn't grow that fast and I wasn't giving it enough time to grow, so it was just staying the same length. It was staying like right up to like here or like my boobs or so. If you want your hair to get to that point where it goes past your boobs, like down to your waist, just don't cut it as often. I know you may have some more noticeable split ends, like you may have more split ends than you usually would if you get it cut every 6 or so months, but honestly, like, it's not noticeable enough where you could look at your hair and be like, oh, you have a lot of split ends. Like, you could not look at my hair and be like, hey, you have a lot of split ends. Like, it's really not noticeable, and your hair definitely just does grow so much longer. And my next tip is something that I see a lot of people like make a mistake on. Like, a lot of people wash their hair every day or every other day. Like, that is the worst thing you can be doing for your hair. When you wash your hair, you strip your hair of all the natural oils that it produces, that it needs to grow. And if you just keep washing your hair every day, you're constantly stripping your hair. You don't give it enough time to make those natural oils. So it'll try to make those natural oils quicker and quicker. And then you're just creating a bad habit for your hair where it'll start to get greasier quicker. You have to train your hair to not get greasy for longer periods of time. So say you wash your hair every day. Try to do it, train it every other day, and then keep going, and then train it to go every 2 days. Like, your hair can learn to not get greasy. Like, my hair doesn't get greasy until I don't wash it for like a week. Like, I could go a week without washing my hair and it wouldn't be greasy because I've trained it to a point where I can like leave it, and you have to English. Overall, it's not good to wash your hair every day. You need to give your hair time to rejuvenate. And another tip that's kind of morphed in with this is don't apply conditioner to the top of your head. A lot of people do that, and I don't know why, because you're clogging your hair follicles. You only apply conditioner to the ends, say like up to here and down, because conditioner's goal is to nourish and repair split ends or anything that's kind of breaking. Like, your hair is already nourished at the top by its natural oils. Where you need to apply the conditioner is on the ends of your hair. So don't apply it to the top because it'll clog your hair follicles and then your hair won't grow. And don't wash your hair every day because then you're stripping your hair of the natural oils it needs to grow. So those are my 2 like hair washing shower hair tips. Next tip, I don't know what tip we're on, but my next one is to be gentle with your hair. If you're brushing your hair every day, you're ripping it out every day, I know you have to brush your hair every day. Like, some people, I don't brush my hair every day. I'm gonna be honest with you, like, I have not brushed my hair yet today because I don't feel the need to. Like, if it's a little messy, like, it's fine. It gets a little curly in the back, like, whatever. If I brush it a lot, I have split end prone hair and it rips all my split ends out and then my hair will get shorter. I like to not brush my hair every day. For some people, they need to brush it every day, whatever you need to do. But when you're brushing your hair, you just need to be really gentle. Go slow. Don't rip your hair out. Start from the bottom and work your way up. Like, it's not good to be brushing your hair super hard because you rip your hair out. Any split ends or any pieces that are like not that strong will get ripped out if you brush your hair really hard. Don't be rough with it. Don't be rough with your hair. I'll come after you. No, I'm just kidding. I could not come after anyone, let's be honest. So my next tip is don't dye your hair. I know a lot of people think my hair is dyed. It's not. This is natural. Like, it's from the sun. The sun makes it lighter. I do put like lemon juice in it in the summer. That helps lighten it a little if I want to get like more little blonde pieces. But dyeing your hair is so bad for it. I know people that dye their hair and it literally like breaks off. Like, it's worse than heat. It's so damaging. Just, I guarantee your natural hair color is beautiful. Like, everyone's natural hair color always suits them best. Like, your natural hair color is yours for a reason. I know sometimes some people want to dye their hair, and if you're gonna do that, like, you really need to have a strict hair care regimen. Like, you need to have all the special like products, like oils, like shampoo and conditioner that you need for dyeing your hair, because you're being so rough with your hair by dyeing it that like you need to put a lot of nourishment back in. So if you're gonna dye your hair, be really careful. Make sure you talk to your hairstylist about like what products you need to keep all that moisture in. But for me personally, I wouldn't recommend it, especially if you have split end prone hair. It's just so damaging and it's just not, it's not good. So that was my hair care tips video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Those are just things that have worked for me. Those are tips I've generated over my years trying to grow out my hair. And they do work. You just have to give it time too. Just give your hair time to grow and it'll get there. You gotta be gentle and just have patience and give it time. Like, it doesn't happen overnight. I hope you guys found this helpful. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. Leave a like if you liked this video. Leave any video suggestions down in the comments below, and make sure to follow my Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter, all which will be linked. Sorry guys. All which will be linked in the description box down below. And I will see you guys next Sunday with a new video. Mwah! Peace and blessings.